guys, Cindy A. Lewis here, and I want to show you a really quick and easy little treat bag that you can make from things you have at home for Easter. Even if you can't get an Easter basket, you can create this with some fabric or some burlap or even an old placemat or something that you have to give your kids or your husband or your family just a little treat and little goodies. So it just takes a little ribbon, little fabric, and a little paint. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so what you need to make the cute little treat bag is some fabric, or like I said, whatever you choose to make it out of. This fabric is the Crafter Square. It comes from the Dollar Tree, and it is 28 by 21 inches. So it's a nice size piece of fabric. And I'll show you what we do with it and how we get that. But you need some paint. So I just chose this cute turquoise type paint. It's called Caribbean by Apple Barrel. You're going to want some kind of ribbon. It can be any ribbon, just whatever you want it to be. And what I use to make my little bunny on my bag is a PEEP. That's right, just a little PEEP as my sponge for painting. So I'm going to open this up and show you how to do that. And you can apply it straight onto the fabric, and I'll show you what that looks like depending on what fabric you use and how thick it is. PEEPs are not made for eating. These are made for stamping. Stamping paint right onto something. Now I stamped onto this burlap ribbon, and it does come through, but it doesn't matter. And it's really, really cute. Or you can stamp it right onto a piece of material. So I'm going to show you that after we cut the material. So I'm going to set that aside for now. It's okay if it gets a little stiff because that just helps with the paint. So the first thing you need is, depending on the size of the little treat bag that you want, let me just put it down here for reference. So there we go. And depending on the size that you want, this is what I chose. It's 2 pieces, and these are about 7.5 by 8.5. And I take you can tell the wrong side of the fabric and the right side. I take the 2 that are right sides together and then fold them in half like this. And then we're going to make a pennant by cutting the fabric diagonally. I'm going to do that just like this. If you want to imprint your bunny straight onto your fabric, then you're going to take your paint and you're going to put it on a plate that's big enough for the bunny to get fully covered. So I'm just going to put a little here. Don't need a whole lot. You're going to take your bunny and you're just going to cover the back of it and kind of, play with how much is on there. You want to make sure you get a good coverage. All right, so I think I have enough. And I'm just going to decide. Now remember, you're going to have like a hem up here. So I'm going to put my bunny down here, because if you put it a little bit lower, you can actually put a B or name or initial up at the top. So I'm going to push it down and then pull the bunny up this way, and then I have my imprint. Now I will tell you, your PEEPs won't last for a lot of days, and like it'll start getting soggy. And if you like it, the sugar will even mix into the paint and change the color. So just to let you know that. All right, then you have to set this aside and let it dry. If you choose, you can imprint onto a ribbon or burlap or whatever, and then you can put that onto your bag. Okay, now you'll set that aside. On this particular dot fabric, the little dots shine through. Is that cute or what? All right. So then the next thing that you'll do is you will put them together, right sides together, and we're going to either glue or sew your fabric together. Now, that's all I needed to show you on this, because we're gonna move on to the next step. Okay, the next step is for you to turn over, and I already did it here, and glue down the tops so that you have a finished edge on the top. But now we want to put them together like this. So in order for our ribbon to stay well, you need to put it in between the fabric like this so it will hold. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a glue gun that has fabric glue sticks in it. But you can sew. On this one I sewed with my sewing machine, and you can see that. You can use fabric glue, or I'm going to use the fabric glue stick, which is really cool. All right, and fast. Now also on this one, I took my bunny that I imprinted or painted and stamped onto this little burlap, and I went ahead and glued it down and in the back. Now before I glue them together, I was thinking I would like to put a little ribbon here. Now I could do it after, but if I do it before, then I can make sure the edges are covered in the seam on the side. So I'm going to glue that down. I'm going to glue it here at the top. And this hot fabric glue dries clear, and it is fantastic. If you haven't ever used it, you might look for it next time you go to one of your craft stores in the future. Now try to use things that you have. Right now we're at home and we're dealing with being in our homes and not always having the ability to run out to the store. So use what you have. Okay, next you want to cut your ribbon however long you want that to be. This ribbon that I'm using is about 14.5 inches long. Just estimated it. It doesn't have to be exactly like that. Now I want this polka dot for the right side to be here and here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that ribbon down onto the right side of the fabric, because that will be covered up in the seam. So I'm going to glue this side down. All right. Now the next thing that I need to do is take my fabric that is the right side and put it together. Now if you sew it, all you have to do is run your seam along here. We're going to glue it. So again, we'll do the same thing that you would with your sewing machine, but run your glue along this edge and you'll have to let it set. So we're just going to lay that down on there, push it in. Want to make sure that you hold this ribbon too. If you have anything sticking out a little bit, you can trim it, or it'll be on the inside of the bag and won't matter much. Let your glue set up, then you'll turn your bag inside out. So let me do that. This one I added a little cotton towel, and now all you have to do is fill it with goodies. So I've got a little Easter grass here I'm going to put in. I'm just going to grab some and stuff it. Now you could make it whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be for, you know, candy. It could be anything. So I have a little Easter egg here. I'll just put this one in. And then I have these little carrots. And then some little candies that we'll stuff in there. Even a little sucker. And there you go. You have a cute little treat bag for Easter. Oh, candies are trying to get away. And it just really didn't take very long or cost hardly anything. I'll hang this up so you can see. Okay, here are the two that I did. They are really, really cute. You can make them as simple or as decorated as you want. You can add all kinds of beads or whatever. You can put initials, names, you can paint them on, you can use markers to put them on, and you can fill them with anything that you want. They're really, really cute, and I hope that this will inspire you to make something really quick and easy to celebrate Easter, even with something that you have in your own home. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel and that you'll comment below. I love to hear from you, and like this video. Thank you so much for watching.